Associations are in a race for relevance. It doesn't matter what business your members are in, whether it's specialty foods, or refrigeration, or law, or real estate, or medicine, or dentistry, trucking, whether they're new car and truck dealers. Every association is challenged in some way because the environment that we're operating in has changed significantly over the last decade. Now, some of your associations may be relatively new, 10, 20 years old, but many of our associations today are over 100 years old. And if you think about what's changed in the last 100 years, the list is considerable. And I think this is really a key question, and it's a powerful question. We need to be asking, how can we help our members work less stressfully, more profitably, and more productively? When your members can answer the question that your association is reducing their stress, increasing their profitability, increasing their productivity, again, it's a very easy check to write at the end of the year when it comes dues renewal time. What makes somebody a difficult person? Yes?
Irate or uninformed.
Irate or uninformed. Super. What else?
Not able to listen.
Not able to listen. Okay. A micromanager? Argumentative? Stubborn. Attitude? Unreasonable. A know-it-all?
Having a bad day.
Having a bad day. What else? Needs to be in control. All right, you've heard a lot of words spoken here, whether it is egocentric, argumentative, ill-informed. Now, in a moment of truth, how many of you, and I'd like to see a show of hands, how many of you have ever been a difficult person? Okay. So what that leads me to believe is that as we're talking about difficult people, we not only have to be looking at it from the other person's point of view, we need to be looking at it from our own point of view. And the disclaimer that I'm going to give you are the tools that I'm giving you to use have been proven and they do work. I know it because I use it. I know it because my clients use it. But I also want to give you the full disclaimer that if you yourself are having a bad day, or you have a high need to be in control, and you're in an argumentative mood, and you're a little egocentric, that you might be contributing to the problem. And so with these tools that I'm going to share with you, you'll have what you need to deal with difficult people, but I'm also going to ask you to take a look at yourself. And when you're with a difficult person, ask yourself this question, because it's a good one. What part do I play in this? We get nervous when it's time to have a tough conversation with somebody, whether it's somebody we love or somebody we work with, somebody somebody we don't. And the reason we get nervous is we haven't really learned how to manage conversations in a positive way, in a way that benefits everybody that's in the discussion, in a way that brings you closer together and improves a working relationship rather than destroying it. And I'd be willing to bet that all of you at some point in your life have had an uncomfortable conversation, either one that you initiated or one that somebody initiated for you. And the information that I'm going to share with you this afternoon will help you depending on what side of the conversation you're on in the future, whether you're initiating it or whether you're responding to it. And I will give you some actual conversational phrases that will be helpful to you when you're in those tough conversations. Greatest potential for growth comes from what you are already good at. Your greatest potential for growth comes from what you're already good at. And what we do in America is we bring people in for their annual review and we say, here's the 3 things that you're doing really well, and here's the 8 things you stink at. And we focus on those 8 things and we say, you know, you really need to get better at those 8 things. But instead, we should be looking at capitalizing on things that people are already good at, because that's where the greatest potential for growth